Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay. Hey everybody. I am coming live to talk to you a little bit about the virtual that's coming up this Sunday and explain also some aspects of Facebook that I think are valuable for you to know, considering that we run businesses through Facebook and social media. So it's a bit of a training and then it's a bit of an explanation to clarify a couple of things. So, and then at the end, I'm going to explain to you how to add people to this event. It's okay if you've already added some people, but how to add some people to the event to be most effective and get the best bang for our buck here. Okay, so to give a little bit of information and clarification about the event itself, it is this Sunday at 7 p.m. My goal is for it to last about an hour. We will give away 10 Amazon gift cards that are worth $10 each to the first 10 customers to order something over $80. We will also be giving away a gift set, which are the earrings and the necklace from Kendra Scott. That will be given away to the group that purchases. So basically, if you're one of the ones that purchases from one of the consultants on the live, on the virtual, then you go into a separate drawing for that necklace and earring set. The other set of earrings, those rose gold ones that I love, those are a participation gift, which means that all they have to do is participate in the event, comment on things, play along with the fun little Christmas games, that kind of stuff, and they'll go into the drawing for the earrings. I'm also, through my other company, oh, you can see it back there, Made for Keeps, I am going to do a custom family tree for someone, and that will be, most likely that's just going to be a participation one as well, just to try and get more participation. I have a Wheel of Fortune thing that I bought for one of my events last month, and when you spin it, I've labeled all things that I have, just different samples and things that I have. So I'll do a spin at least twice during the event, just to kind of keep things active and going. So we'll have several little giveaways and things like that, but it's important to note that your customers understand once they've agreed to be in the group and on the event or the virtual, then you can kind of give them all the details and how it works. Throwing all that detail at them in the very beginning is just not necessary. Get them to say yes to the event, and then you can give them all that detail. Okay? All right, now the question keeps coming up about our event on Sunday versus the Team Root flash sale on Sunday. It, of course, was not my intention to have two events both on Sunday. The Team Root event was going to be on Friday night, and then it was changed to Sunday. And so it is what it is. Several of us got together and made the decision that we were not going to have we're not going to change ours. There's no reason for changing it. Ours is going to be at 7. Theirs is going to be at 8. I do not recommend that you add the same customers to both events, because they will, of course, buy it. They then get a chance to win the items on one side, the $10 gift card plus all the other stuff. And then you'll still have to reimburse them money, and that's just more money out of your pocket. So either make a choice with each customer. Now, you can take certain customers and break them so that certain customers are in the Kendra Scott, the giveaway, the goodie giveaway virtual, and then you have other customers that you've put into the Team Root one. That's fine, but I would not allow them to overlap. That's my advice to you there, because it gets confusing and they're going to want multiple discounts from you, and then there goes all your profit. So, okay, so that event, their event is on Sunday at 8 o'clock. Ours is on Sunday at 7 o'clock. Now, hey, Christina. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is explain to you guys why I made the decision to not make this an event on Facebook and why I made it a decision to make it a group. And basically, it's the way that I'm going to do every event moving forward. It'll be created as a group, because at the end of the day, the functionality, the insight, all of that is so much better in the groups than it is in the events. So as an example, in groups, my insights as far as who's seen what, how many people came, how many people were engaged, what posts were they most engaged in, I can see all of that on a group. You guys can as well, because all of you are admins. You can also, one of the things that I want you guys to do, and I don't know how many we can do it for, but you can link your private Facebook VIP group to this group, so that my pleasure, you can link your private Facebook VIP group to this event, to this group, so it automatically tells them that they've got this event that's happening, and it'll give them notifications. So that's great. The other thing that it allows you to do is, well, first of all, notifications on events. Sometimes Facebook is good with it, and other times they're not good with it. So we don't really want to be running all of these specials and all of these giveaways, and people aren't getting the updates that a new post has been added. So the group just makes it better. And at the end of the day, Facebook likes groups. They came out with it in January. They like groups, and so we're hitting it with groups. Another thing that's awesome about the group versus the event is that we can schedule posts, which is kind of awesome. So I can schedule the post in advance. I don't have to use an outside company like Post My Party. I can just schedule everything to run directly on Facebook as we want it to run as the party continues. Another thing that I can do within a group, and I'm not sure that I'll do it this time, but I can host a watch party. So we can have multiple videos of either us talking or other people talking, and I can queue them up, and then we just invite people to come into the watch party with us, and then it's a seamless boom, 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 and they don't even ever have to scroll or anything. They can comment all in one place. That right there that's huge, you guys. That's a really, really helpful thing. Another reason, and I'm not trying to throw all of this at you so that you can, because I'm justifying why I'm doing, I mean, I guess in theory I'm justifying, but what I'm trying to do is get you guys to learn about Facebook. So like I said in the beginning, this is somewhat of a training, but it's also just an explanation of why they are doing an event over on Team Root, and we are now doing a group. Okay, so not only can we do the watch party and we can do the scheduled posts through the group, but we also have the ability, if we want to, in future groups, to set it up as units. So for instance, and you guys may have seen some of the groups that are set up with units. I think something that Cheryl is doing is set up as units. So what we could do is set up units and have all the information that references the new Radiant Defense product, and then our customers can get on to the group and just click the things that they may be interested in. So that gives us even more flexibility that the event itself does not allow us to do. Another thing that the group lets us do versus the event is that I can pin a post up at the top that gives them the directions. Like, this is what you're going to need to be doing. We're so excited to have you. Be sure to refresh your page and make sure you have your notifications on. So that can stick at the very top, and they're not scrolling to the bottom to find out what the heck is happening. At the end of the day, engagement is higher with groups than they are with events. It just is what it is. And what I really like is that you don't have to wait for them to accept. See, Christina, yes, I agree. One of the things I also like is you don't have to wait for them to accept the invite. So you can add them to the group, and then they don't have to go into their events and find the invite and hit accept. They're just in. They're in the group. They get the notification when the group starts to roll. They get the notification, and then they just hit OK or leave group. But either way, they're still getting notification, which is what we want. We want that engagement, and we want to take the steps out of them having to make these decisions. Okay, and then the group stories show up. And the other thing, this is the final reason why we're going to do a group versus an event. Up at the top, where our stories are, our Facebook stories, well, you have a group, so you can have group stories. So as the group starts, I can add different things to that group story. So if they don't want to get into the group, they can hit the group story, and then we can have all of that there as well. So it gives us a lot more flexibility. And I know it kind of goes kind of against what we're used to, but it is moving in the direction that we need to be moving in. So it's perfect. Now, okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys how to handle when you're reaching out to people. And should I still personally invite them or tell them I'm adding? No. So you still invite them the same way that you normally do. And so that's what I'm going to explain now. So when you reach out to people, you ask them if you can add them to the group. So the way that I was doing it, and Miss Andy, I put some text that I'll tag you in as soon as we're done. But I put the wording that we were using, and then at the bottom it says, may I add you to the group? So, but you still ask, may I add you to the group? And then they say, yes, you may, and then you can add them directly to the group. Now, here's the thing that I want you guys to, this kind of goes a little bit deeper into how Facebook works, but I think it'll be really helpful if you have a true understanding of it, and then it'll help with your strategy. So when you reach out to somebody, so step one is to reach out. Ask them if they want to come and be added to the group. When they say yes, instead of going to the group and putting them in immediately, just write a list of people that say yes. Write your list down of people that say yes. And then Saturday, start adding people to the group. And the reason for this is that the way Facebook works is it's all based on engagement. So right now, the group, the event, however you want to look at it, there isn't really any engagement. So what we need to be able to do when you sign up, when you become friends with somebody on Facebook, you have about 48 hours that you're seeing what's happening in their newsfeed. If you don't like anything that they do and you don't interact with anything that's going on their newsfeed, Facebook thinks you guys really just aren't that good of friends, and they'll stop showing it. It's the same concept with groups. So you'll see that you're in a ton of groups that you never even see in your newsfeed anymore. But if you got into them, it would show you like the 20 plus. It'll tell you there's like 20 something updates on there. So while we want them to, of course, turn their notifications on, we're just hedging our bets a bit that if we add them on Saturday, then in theory that gives us 48 hours. And that's when all the action is going to start building, is Saturday and Sunday. So instead of adding them right away to the group, just make a list and then start adding them on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, then when you do add them, this is going to be the key to your success. Tag them on a post. Find a post, tag them on that post, and then send them a follow-up message that says exactly that. I've added you to the group. I'm so excited to have you as part of our party. I've tagged you in a message, which is a great place to get started. We'll see you tonight. Something like that, and then that gets them in, that gets them saying the okay, and then the chances of our engagement being upped is so much better. Okay, now the final thing is you guys as the attendees of this virtual group, anytime I post, anytime anybody posts, comment the heck out of it, because we're admins, but we're also group members. And as long as we can keep that action happening, it increases the chances that it'll show up in the news feed of everybody that we're inviting, which is why it's important for us to create the energy around all those posts so that Facebook thinks it's popular and it starts to show it to the outer circle of people that we're adding on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so I'm hoping that makes sense. I'm hoping that you guys totally understand now why I've moved in that direction. I do understand that it is different, but I like to do things different. And it just makes a lot more sense to me to do it this way, and we have so much more control and visibility. And then we can look and see who doesn't show up that we invite, and we can follow up with them afterwards as well. So it just makes things a lot more easy. Oh, and one other thing that a group lets you do that an event doesn't let you do is search. So let's say that you've invited 526,000 people, which of course you probably haven't, but you're not really sure who wants what. Instead of scrolling through all of those stinking posts and all the event and all of the different comments, you can search their name in the search bar, and boom, it'll bring you right to what they're asking for, what they've asked for, what they've commented about. So it'll make your job easier when it comes time to manage each customer and what they want and whether or not they should be involved in the different events. Okay, so that is all I'm going to talk about for right now with the group. I'm going to come back on live in just a minute and tell you guys about an app that I have found and that I use. My daughters are awake from their nap. And so we're good. So start getting your invites out, make your list of who's going to be coming, and then on Saturday morning, let's start adding people to the page. Okay, love you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, bye.